Gojo jumps in from the top ropes and says, "You've jujutsu'd your last Kaisen. Be gone."
And his name is John C.
Alright guys, we're covering JJK leaks today, specifically chapter 238, as you can tell from the title and thumbnail. And I have to say this chapter is pure gas. Shout out to Maya for risking his life and dropping the leaks on Twitter as usual. Oh, and keep in mind that these are not the official translation, so take everything you see with a grain of salt. Anyways, let's jump right in. The chapter begins and we see Kashimo got those war zone hacks, which means he can see using x-rays. And when he looked at Sukuna, all he sees is perfection. The next panel then implies the importance of Sukuna having such a freaky ass body, saying if he has to do hand signs, he's gonna have 2 other hands free because he got 4 hands. And that's in case a nigga wants to try some, someone wants to try and run up on him while he's casting his hand signs and doing incantations. He's gonna have 2 other hands to handle whoever the fuck's coming at him. And he can chant non-stop because he got 2 mouths, reducing the strain on his lungs. The next scan then talks about Sukuna's dominance during the Hein era, the golden age of Jujutsu, where he dominated a bunch of clans, including Void Generals, the Fujiwara clan, and so on and so forth. I'll try and explain this in more detail in our full review, but this is referring to some of the notable clans and the golden age of Jujutsu as a means of scaling the strength of Sukuna and implying how strong he is. At this point, Gege really needs to give us a full backstory here, or else Kashimo starts simping, calling this abomination of a man beautiful while jumping towards him to attack. But Sukuna just smacks his ass away. Kashimo then throws some energy beam towards Sukuna while Sukuna is chanting. Sukuna then does something crazy. He tells Kashimo to dodge his next attack. Sukuna really thinks he is Ichigo. The attack Sukuna was cooking up then turns out to be this big ass dismantle. And by the time Kashimo realizes that this attack is what brought Gojo over to reality, it was too late because in the next panel we see it slices him clean. Kashimo starts glazing again and calls the attack the slash that cuts the world. This man is a masochist. You got your op manufacturing your pack right in front of you and you're out here glazing him. That's ludicrous, bro. Sukuna then starts dissing his dead ops. He talks about how a dumbhole Yorozu wanted to show him love, but fuck that. She should have shown it to Gojo or Kashimo instead. Sukuna then blitz Kashimo and then smacks his ass. Sukuna then opens a waffle shop, sending these breakfast looking ass slashes towards Kashimo. And that's how we know it's raps people, because in the next panel, we get a cutscene where Kashimo is in his Hein era form. Sukuna then starts preaching about how Kashimo must have been challenged by niggas and killed them niggas too in order to get an acknowledgement from him. Sukuna continues by saying the strongest are loved because they are strong and they do not need to worry about loneliness. Kashimo then asks him, if he was satisfied by all that, why did he travel to the current era by splitting his soul, into different fingers and all of that? And bro replies with the most 13-year-old line I have seen in a minute, man. He says, love is trash. I mean, that's a really cringe line. I know he doesn't give a shit about love, but there are so many other ways Gege could have depicted, this. But this line just sounds like, a very salty 13-year-old that got rejected by his crush. So now, love is trash. But anyway, that's just what I think. He continues by saying he doesn't care about all that shit. He just wants to eat and play with his meat. And since niggas can't measure up to him, that's their problem. Kashimo then asks him if he was bored. Sukuna says, the flavor of humans is diverse, and he's finna keep doing that shit till he dies. Well, there goes another off-screen death. Kashimo is nowhere to be seen, he's presumably dead, and yeah, we then get back to reality. But what's this? We see him, we see the GOAT, we see Yuji Itadori jumping down from the top ropes with his tag team partner Hiromi. Sukuna disses Itadori by saying, what could you possibly do, you brat? He's gonna show you what he's gonna do, man. And look at Itadori's hand. His hand is looking crazy. Maybe it's because he consumed the other cause wounds, or maybe he has consumed the last Sukuna finger and that's why his hands are looking all crusted up and deadly. But let's see what the next chapter holds. Remember, Hiromi's domain expansion allows him to cancel out everyone's curse technique, meaning we might see hands getting thrown in the next chapter. We might see Itadori versus Sukuna, which would be just pure hands, but we already know that Sukuna can crumble domains from the inside out. I don't know what to expect from the next chapter. Gege, I don't know. We're going to be dropping a full review very soon. I can't give you guys a date because your boy is busy with school, Jason is busy with work, and it's really not easy from outside. So you could really do us a favor by hitting the like button, subscribing, telling us what you might think or what you think might happen in the next chapter, and we'll see you in our full review. Also, We do have a Monkey Man video in the works, and we also have another video, a fraud pack video, but that got delayed because we couldn't finish editing on time. Everyone got shit to do, you know, but we're trying to be consistent. We're trying to keep pushing out more content for you guys. So hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever we drop, and thanks for watching.